Kyo. Namo Myo Renge Kyo. Hi everyone, thanks for being here. Got a short letter today, so I think I'll do a couple of Gosho. This one won't take long, unless I get to talking about it. It's called The Third Day of the New Year. It's a letter Nichiren sent to Nanjo Tokimitsu, also known as Ueno. And it's a letter of appreciation. And we'll just read it. I have received the 60 slabs of steamed rice cake, the container of refined sake, the 50 yams, the 20 mandarin oranges, and the string of dried persimmons that you so kindly sent. It's quite a haul. I placed these various articles before the Lotus Sutra and presented them as offerings to the sutra on the third day of spring. The third day of spring being, according to the lunar calendar, spring begins with the first month, that is, on New Year's Day, which falls somewhere between January 21st and February 19th on the Gregorian calendar. So it's interesting. It's one of the things we haven't talked about much, but the dates in the calendar used in medieval Japan, the dates we refer to, and the dates that we call out on the when Nichiren gives. And this was the form then. If something was official, you gave the date, the time, the day, the month, the year, and there were all these references to certain events to establish the year of Bunei and so forth. But we always have parentheticals that refer to our current calendar to give us a good idea of the to a Westerner, the actual date, right? But it can get confusing, so especially in references to seasons and things of that nature, where it's not an official thing. He's just saying on the third day of spring, which would lead you and I to believe that it was, early summer or before or after winter anyway. We wouldn't think New Year. Anyway, just as flowers open up and bear fruit, just as the moon appears and invariably grows full, just as a lamp becomes brighter when oil is added, and just as plants and trees flourish with rain, so will human beings never fail to prosper when they make good causes. So this is another reference, as in the last letter, that our positive actions, our life-affirming actions, are always rewarded. Moreover, the sincerity you showed in celebrating the third day of the new year exceeds even the sincerity you showed in commemorating the first day. The steamed rice cakes are like the full moon. I will write of other matters later, Nichiren. So he didn't spend a lot of time on this. Normally he'd take an opportunity like this to delve into doctrines of practice of the Lotus Sutra and so on and so forth. It's not that he didn't feel that Nanjo was worthy of teachings or sharing of his doctrine, but obviously felt so moved by this offering that he wanted to make sure to at least send and acknowledge his appreciation for these offerings for the votary of the Lotus Sutra, right? So that's quick and short, but still manages to indicate in it that it is through our life-affirming acts that we live our lives more fully. Obviously, the beneficiary of our good acts are, rewarded, as you would say in samsara, rewarded being as a physical thing. Certainly they would feel rewarded, but Nichiren is always quick to point out that the reward is also from the giving, the rewarder, if you would, right? And this is, I make a point of this because we should realize that when we adopt the Bodhisattva way with our study, our practice, our sharing with one another, our study and our practice, our exemplary behavior around others, that they might see us as something to aspire to, is also very much a giving of potential, of aspiration, right? So this is the Bodhisattva behavior, right? So that is not only a gift to life, the earth, others around us, people we don't even know, but be assured that we ourselves benefit, achieve reward, gain something from that behavior, that mindset, that bodhisattva way. It's constantly happening. Remember, we live moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, right? And as we instantiate the next moment, we instantiate with that energy, with that momentum, whatever our attitude or intent is in the previous moment. This is how we move, if you will, the needle of enlightenment in our lives, birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. We move it toward a more accomplished, a more realized maximal potential, life-affirming potential, less suffering, more detachment, less attachment, I suppose we'd say. But it is a more in that it's rewarding. It's tremendously fulfilling to live in a very life-affirming way. Even if we're not immediately conscious of our influence on our environment, we are influencing it. And we know we are because we sense in ourselves the reward of doing that, being a bodhisattva. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Okay. I'm just going to leave this one short. It's a great little reminder, something you can maybe bookmark or download the podcast and just have a quickie reminder of how important your practice is. And I'm just going to go right into the next one, but I'll make that in a separate video. Otherwise, we'll lose all control. Okay. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much to those of you who can afford to support our project here. It's so critical, and I can't even express my words of gratitude for your participation and your support. Thanks again. Be mindful of your health, please, and be kind. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.